Hello, LDRPNs. Welcome to the first ever alumni talk organized by the LDRP Alumni Association. My name is Sneh Kumar Shahani. I am from 07 CE batch. Alumni talk is an initiative that we have taken with an objective of helping LDRPNs to know each other by providing a platform to connect and motivate everyone by demonstrating the good work of the alumnus by hearing from them. This initiative is the brainchild of Dhaval Raja from 07 CE batch. A special thanks to him for making all the arrangements, right from getting in touch with different alumnus to all the technical requirements like video editing, live streaming. So on behalf of the LDRP Alumni Association, we sincerely appreciate his efforts. Today, in the first ever alumni talk, we have a very distinguished guest, Krishna Kumar Jhala from 05 EC batch. Krishna is a lieutenant commander in Indian Navy with a prolific and diverse experience in technology operations and maintenance and inventory control. Additionally, being a leader cum manager, he has experience in planning, management and human resource management for nearly a decade. Over this period, he gained the ability to work under a highly challenging environment under severe time and resource constraints. So without taking much time, let us start talking. So Krishna, after getting, so let me ask you the first question. So after getting admission into the elite electronics and communication branch, which is perhaps the best branch in all the high-tech branches of engineering, what motivated you to pursue a career with the armed forces?
It's a long journey. If I start, like, my great grandfather had participated in World War One. He fought in Germany with British troops, and we used to see his battles. And my grandfather used to tell his stories. Secondly, my father is also ex-EME soldier, and he also fought 1971 war. So we were quite used to, Army, Navy, Air Force. I was aware what is it about. And the third thing which happened in my life is that I did my schooling in a naval base. So in and around in my vicinity, I used to see naval officers donning white uniforms, and that was a great source of inspiration. Many of my classmates were naval officers' kids, naval sailors' kids. We used to interact with them. We used to go to their home sometime, and used to interact with their parents. Even during functions, we used to do this. So everything was awfully inspiring, and I just wanted to be part of this organization. And the final nail to the coffin was my sister also got married to a defense officer.
Okay.
So that was the thing. But one of the prime reason why I wanted to join defense forces was because I didn't want to study. I thought that maybe I'll run, I'll swim, or I'll do some physical activity, and maybe I'll fight a war. That's the notion everyone has before joining defense forces. And that was my prime reason. So you see, I've listed out around 4 to 5 reasons for joining. The prime one was I didn't want to study.
Okay. Maybe main reason I would say that it is for to serve the nation and to fight a war.
Yeah, but I would like to bring to the notice of all the LDRPNs that once you join armed forces, you have to do 10 times of study what you expected to do in civil life. For every promotion and every course, you have to appear for some examination, and each and every step you have to do some course. So if you want to run away from study, don't join armed forces, because you will end up in a pit where you have to study a lot and lot. Okay, and you are going to the wrong place.
Okay. So since you described a lot of effort that you have to spend after joining the army, we would like to know that what are the kind of effort that you have to spend to join the army before joining the army. Maybe you can give some guidelines to your fellow LDRPN.
First of all, I would like to say that treat it as any other job which are going to aspire after finishing your engineering. Of course, there are various levels of entries after 12th also and after graduation also. Suppose you are planning after graduation, then take it as any other job and do minimum required preparation so that you can succeed about it. Now, according, this is my personal opinion, that what should be the trait or what should be the qualities a defense officer should have. First quality is he should be able to be reasonably able to speak in English, right? And he should be able to communicate with somebody, express his own thoughts, because traditionally armed forces have taken their traditions from British. So Hindi may be our language, but our working language is totally English. We follow British traditions and we have imbibed everything from them only. So it is very important that you have, I'm not saying that you should have superfluous hi-fi English, but you should be reasonably good in English. The second thing which you require is you should know what is going around in and around. What is going around the world at a national level or an international level. You should have some know-how. Because as an officer or as a leader, it is expected that you should be able to speak about anything and about any given topic. That becomes very important. And what I used to do is, I used to find out each and every minute details about armed forces. Like what are their ranks, what are the types of entries. And I used to pick up, at my time, there was no online application. So we used to download application, we used to fill in with pen. If you say that you have to fill in 3 copies, I used to do it with pen 3 copies. Imagine a guy who doesn't want to study and he has to fill in an application for 3 or 4 copies. It was a very boring job for me. But I did it for the sake of it, because I wanted to join armed forces. So, and it is very important that you find out that what are the branches in armed forces, what is the role that suits you, and what about and the next important step which is feasible is you go and speak to as many defense officers as possible. Why? One reason is seeing a border movie is a different thing and serving in army is a different thing. Very, very different thing. And when you communicate and interact with defense officers, you come to know what kind of actual lifestyle it will be, and what will be the restrictions on, yes, what will be the restrictions on your lifestyle, and can you come every time you want, especially we Gujaratis, આપણને એવું થાય કે સેટરડે સન્ડે હોય એટલે આપણે ઘરે જવાનું તો જવાનું, બધા લોકો એમ કે ના પાડી દે ઘરે નથી જવાનું તો શું થાય, આપણને ખોટું લાગી જાય. That kind of
time અને day નો કોઈ restriction નથી.
It may be a Sunday for you in a civil life, you can go home and come back, but in defense forces you cannot go home, you may not be able to cross the municipal limit because you have to stay within the municipal limit. So there are restrictions which are put upon you, and you have to consider all these aspects. Getting selected is one thing, finishing your training is other thing, and surviving throughout your career is also a different thing. You have to go through each and every aspect. I would also like to mention that you have to undergo a lot of professional training. So I have undergone 2.5 years of professional training where you have to undergo ample number of examinations, various boards where you have to clear your boards, and then only you can go to the next step. So all these things you should be ready, and you should find out more and more. Will I be able to survive with all these things? So these are the things you should always consider prior if you want to join armed forces, and always keep plan B with you. It is like any other job. It is possible that you try one number times, twice, thrice, quadruple times, but you might not get selected. That's okay. You are not meant for it. That's okay. Try some other job. You can do service to your country by so many other means are available that you can actually explore them. So that is my idea, and that's it.
So in life, maybe we got a very important lesson that in life we cannot run away from anything like studies. If you run away from it, it will come back to you.
Yeah, it has
many folds.
Yeah, it has come back heavily on me, And I had to study a lot, and I had a brief struggle period also, in which I thought कि भाई क्या आ गया, આપણે તો વિચાર્યું હતું કે ભણવું નહીં પડે અને આપણે જતા જ એને 10 ચોપડી આપી દીધી કે આ વાંચીને 2 મહિના પછી એક્ઝામ આપવાની છે. અને એના સાથે ફિઝિકલ એક્ટિવિટી કરવાની છે, પરેડ કરવાની છે, બધું કરવાનું.
અચ્છા.
So if you are in civil world, then you will be only doing studies, or maybe you will only be working.
Right.
But if you are in military, you will be doing parade, you will be doing PT, and you will be studying. So you will be doing 2 additional things also apart from studying. So be mentally prepared for it.
We are proud that you went through all the struggle, and then you are here where you are. Okay, now enough of the work. Now since this is about LERP, we would also like to hear about some of the memories of from your LERP time, some subject or some incident. The outside world.
If you see that most of my memories are associated with hostel, where I have spent even more than college. I have spent time in hostel, and we had a very huge group, and apart from LDRP Engineering College, even the other students of Karvi Sarva Vishwavidyalaya, there were other of BCom and MBA. We used to hang out with each other, and we had a group of around 100 people. So I remember we all used to go for a movie in Rashtree, and since we never had money, so upper was the only seat available for LDRP and hostel guys. So we used to go and used to shout, whistle. So these are the fantastic memories which we had, and we had spent even a good amount of time at Sanaji Ki Ketli, or maybe you guys know Ajit Bhai, and we used to have chat, used to sip tea, and it was a very beautiful time we had. And thirdly, I remember that that's the place where there was I think now it has come up as university, and there was a volleyball ground over there, and we used to play volleyball, and that's where I picked up. Of course, I was not a very good player, but I picked up volleyball over there, and we had very, my friends like Yuvraj and Jignesh, they were very, very good players, and it was a fight. Like there were 2 teams used to play, and whichever one loses, it will sit down and other team will take over their place. So it was a tough fight. People used to jump, crawl, and they will do anything and everything that just to survive. Because if you want to play next game, then you should not lose. If you lose, that means somebody else will take it. Yeah. So these are the memories, and of course, they used to say that we were the hostel guys, so there was not a very good impression about us, that we are the bad boys. So that also we enjoyed. It's okay. So I had a very fun, of course, and the very fearful memories of exam also. The next day is exam. Okay, you have to study. What is to be done? Lab exam. So all these things, if I remember correctly, it used to fear us. Okay. The night before we used together, and જ્યારે આપણે કઈ ના કરવાનું હોય તો 4 વાગ્યા સુધી ઊંઘ ના આવે. જ્યારે એક્ઝામ નું હોય ત્યારે 9 વાગે ચોપડી લીધી ને 10 વાગે સૂઈ જાવે. So that was a very, very beautiful time, and I think about it and I laugh. But one thing I feel that you guys should enjoy life, but study as well. Our times is gone, but the future time is going to be time of experts, and you will require certain kind of expertise. So you need not to worry too much, but you have to be professionally very, very competent. So that's a very important part.
At least focus on something and do it properly.
Yeah. Don't be jack of all trades. Just be master of something.
That's really great. Yeah. Additionally, since you have spent a lot of time in the hostel, would you like to give any message to your fellow hostelites?
Guys, I really miss that time. My good friends, Sanjay, he was my room partner. Rabbani was my room partner. They used to lend money to me. They used to give money to me when I was in severe financial crunch. Being a hostelite, that means you are always under financial crunch. So some friend will help you, and they will bail you out. Okay, you want to have a cup of tea, you are out of money. Okay, borrow some money from me. And my friend like Rabani was very good artist. He used to sketch so many things. And one time I remember that I bought a new T-shirt, and he bought a fabric color, and he made some very beautiful design in it. So he was a very artistic guy. I still he is. And me and Rabbani shared a very good feeling about one animated character that used to come in newspaper, that is called Garfield. So it's a cat.
Right.
And we used to enjoy, and that was our favorite animated character. And we used to read in newspaper in colleges. And the first thing he used to do is to draw Garfield. That was a very fun part of it. Other than this, studying together at night, playing volleyball. I'm going to miss that time. That time was very carefree time. There was no responsibility. Well, except during exam where you recollect all your sins. That why didn't I study from the beginning? Why I was hanging around and just moving around, roaming around. Why did I do this? Why didn't I focus? Why didn't I make notes? All these things. But guys, thank God that the technology is there. We are still, almost everyone is in touch with me. So I'm quite happy about it. The unfortunate part is I'm not getting time to go and meet them because we are in different parts of India. Especially I am, so it's difficult to reach them. But sometimes a phone call or at least a WhatsApp message helps. So it's okay. But I miss you a lot, guys.
That's very great to know.
So additionally, we will also like to know your views about this Alumni Talk initiative that we are trying to do some good things. Some suggestions for our future talks, etc. Maybe what are your views?
Yeah, I feel that it's a great initiative by you and by Dhaval. Generally, what happens is one who gets graduated from the college, they have no connect with their juniors. Maybe it's like I got graduated in 2009, and right now it is 2020. So for the present generation,
11 years.
I'm an old guy. So they will never remember me. So I think it's a great initiative, and I feel that it's a good opportunity for all of us to get connected to each other. Many of you might be feeling that, okay, I should be doing this, okay, I should be joining armed forces, or I should be doing a management for some very good college. What exam should I appear for? Which branch of defense forces I join? So, by this alumni talk, they will find out, okay, there is one senior among us, okay, who graduated from LDRP and he is into profession. So why don't I contact him and ask all my queries? So I think in that respect, it is a very, very, very good initiative, and we should continue this, not only for the defense personnel, for the variety of people. You will realize that many engineers खबर नहीं गमे थे सू बनी जाए.
Actually.
Somebody may be a digital content writer, copywriter, somebody may be a financial advisor. You don't know. So somebody after graduating feels कि यार वो तो खोटी जगह आ गई. मारे तो बिजनेस करवानी जरूरत थी कि मारे कहीं फाइनेंशियल एडवाइजर बनवानी जरूरत थी. So whom should I contact? So if we scroll through the alumni talk videos and you find out, okay, ભાઈ એક માણસ તો છે જે જૂની જનરેશન નો જેને એન્જિનિયરિંગ તો કરી પણ એન્જિનિયરિંગ નો કઈ તત્વો પણ નથી આવડતો એટલે સમજી ગયો ત્યાં નથી કરવાનું. So he switched his branch. So in that way it is we might not realize how important it is to have if you scroll down the websites of very, very reputed colleges, you will realize that they have a very strong alumni association, and even they help each other to pull their juniors. If somebody is at good position, he finds out that his junior is struggling for job, maybe sometime, not be always, sometime he'll be able to help. It's very important.
That's very great. We appreciate your willingness to help and guide students who would like to contact you. Really great.
Definitely.
Any other parting thought or message you would like to give to general public or this fellow LDRP
Yeah.
before
See,
we end the video?
correct. So, getting away from your buddies is extremely difficult, and that was the time when we were hunting for jobs. And if I remember, that 2009 was the time of recession. So we all were struggling. I know what will be the next part of our life. Yeah, and we all were carefree for 4 years, and now suddenly, a big load of responsibility is going to come on us, and we also had this feeling that definitely we are going to miss this time. This time will not come back. Some feeling like, did we enjoy it fully, or we should have, or we should not have? Did we miss any part? Yeah, and sometimes I see my friends sharing photographs, and if I find that I'm not in it, I feel that I missed it.
Okay.
So I missed that part. So it was a mixed bag feeling that what will happen next. And now that things have fallen into place, that was the time of ambiguity. શું થશે, નોકરી મળશે નહીં મળે, પાછી દોસ્તો સાથે વાત થશે નહીં થાય. But now everything has fallen into place. I am in regular touch with my friends. We have a small WhatsApp group of my EC class also and my hostel group also. We regularly communicate, but that time was as I said, is a mixed bag feeling type. We never knew what is going to happen, and that's it.
So, thank you very much. We sincerely appreciate you spending time from your busy schedule. We understand that you are in the army. You can be called anytime. So thank you very much for it.
Yeah, thank you.
We are very grateful to you for spending your time. We are proud that you are a part of the same family.
Yeah. The pleasure was entirely mine. And you guys are most welcome. Please keep in touch with me. And you can, search me in LinkedIn. I think I am on the profile of May and Dhawal. Please get in touch with me.
I already sent a request to you.
Yeah, accepted it. Go on. Take care. Right.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.